morning. Welcome to Radio Friends on Friday, September the 4th. Here we're almost a full week of September 2020. Pleasure to have you with us today. And KEN MIDKIFF is with us. KEN is a member of the Sierra Club, and you spoke for the Sierra Club for many, many years. You also write columns for the Columbia Missourian. And you're here today with a bit of information that was really surprising to me. When we spoke on the phone a couple of days ago, you said, I want to talk about something that may surprise you.
Yeah. Well, September the 4th, by the way, is my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. So you're now, what, ready for Social Security, maybe?
I'm at least 14.
Happy birthday. I won't ask you how old you are. But I'll tell you mine. I'm going to be 75 in about a month or so.
I'll call you Junior.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So let's talk about the Sierra Club and something that you told me that surprised the heck out of me.
Well, I was surprised, too, a little bit. Michael Brune, who's the current director of the Sierra Club, he looked at the current movement about doing away with all the Confederate statues and monuments, and he said, well, we have a few problems in our background.
Skeletons in the closet.
Yeah, like John Muir was an absolute racist. I looked up some of his quotes, and he called black people Sambos. He didn't like them because they were dirty. And he said it chronic or hereditary.
And he was a founder of the Sierra Club?
And he was a founder of the Sierra Club. And he's generally acknowledged as a founder of national parks. And because there weren't many black people in San Francisco area at the time he was around, he reserved most of his ire for Indians, indigenous peoples. And he didn't think they had any place in what eventually came to be wilderness areas. And in fact, the Wilderness Act itself says that visitors should not remain. That something about man is only a visitor who should not remain. That's in the Wilderness Act. So his racist theories, he thought that Indians were just messing up and just spoiling wilderness areas. And
Indians, this was their land.
Yeah,
this was their land before the white man came, and they did a pretty good job of taking care of it too.
Yeah, they did a good job of taking care of it. But when the white people came in, the white people chased the Indians out of what they saw areas that should be preserved and protected, because they thought the Indians were just basically messing up those areas, even though they had been there for thousands of years, and they were, in fact, preserving and protecting.
They were, and the Indians used only what they needed and always gave back more than what they took. I can remember that, reading about it from many, many years ago. And if we all would act more like the Native American did, our country would be in a little bit better position than it is now.
Well, we won't talk about the position our country is in now, but it does concern me a bit. There are still a lot of people who think in the same way that John Muir thought. And the defense has been, well, he was just a product of his era. Well, I think probably Indians and probably black people would disagree with that, that they had different notions than John Muir. And there were a lot of white people who had different opinions also. They thought that, slavery should not exist and that black people were equal to white people. And, and there were the whole abolitionist. But John Muir took the opposite approach. And he mostly uttered his racist sentiments about blacks when he took his 1,000-mile walk from Wisconsin down to the Gulf Coast. And there was some discretion. There was an argument at the time that maybe he was just looking at black people as dirty and filthy and not taking care of themselves. And he was a technophobe, and he thought that everybody should be clean.
John Muir, now he was the founder of the Sierra Club. Is this the same Muir that donated all of the land that is now Muir Woods just outside of San Francisco?
Yeah, I'm not sure he donated it, but it's named after him. There's Muir Woods outside of just north of San Francisco, which I've been to, by the way. You're right across the Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah.
And there's also Muir Inlet which is named for him, in Alaska. It's some bay in Alaska which is called Muir Inlet because he'd been to Alaska several times, and Alaska, to his mind, was unspoiled.
Now, how does the Sierra Club relate to this today?
Well, as I said, Michael Brune issued a statement saying maybe we need to take a look at our past. And he was calling for all statues of John Muir, which is apparently there's a statue somewhere in Muir Woods, but I didn't see it.
I didn't either, but I've been through that, and it's a beautiful, beautiful wildlife area.
It is.
Yeah, you just go right across the Golden Gate Bridge, and you drive down some of those canyon roads to get into it. It still sends goosebumps up.
Well, I think there are a lot of redwoods also.
Yes, the tall redwood trees.
Yeah, and I've been to a lot of national parks, and I can't recall seeing an ode to or monument or statue to John Muir at any of them. I've been to Arches and Glacier and Yellowstone and Smoky Mountains, and I can't, and even though he was. He is acknowledged as a father of national parks. I can't recall any monuments or statues to him anywhere. But Michael Brune is saying that the statue should either be torn down or a plaque be placed describing his racist views.
Okay, that would be an interesting situation. But the Sierra Club continues today, and their main goal is try to protect the environment,
right?
And preserve the environment,
right? And also rail against pollution and all those other things which screw up the environment for people. But the thing was that I was a member of the Sierra Club since the early '90s. I've been director of the Missouri chapter. I've worked for the National Sierra Club, and I had no idea that John Muir held those views.
Does it change your attitude towards the organization?
No. In fact, just the opposite. I'm very proud of an organization which admits that its founder was a racist. And Michael Brune, the director of the National Sierra Club, said that without any equivocation.
Okay. We're out of time for today, Ken, but I appreciate your thoughts on the subject. Have you written a column about this for the Missourian yet?
No.
Is there one coming out?
No.
Okay, so you saved it for radio friends.
I did.
Ken Midkiff, thank you so much for coming by. Have yourself a nice day. When you go out and about, remember, everybody, put those masks on and social distance. We'll see you Monday. Yes, I know, I've got mine too. We'll see you Monday. Pepper P, Missouri.edu. Something you like to hear or see. Bye-bye.